So welcome everybody, I am Warlog, and today we're talking about the current meta in Apex Legends. Okay, so this meta has changed a lot since the release of Season 2. So we're going to be going over those changes, what I've experienced, some things that have happened. I'll go over some of the things that the community doesn't really care for. So let's go back. Let's start off at Season 1. Season 1, we have Apex Legends. It's a new Battle Royale. It's a very fast-paced game. We have this kind of meta where you just go out and just like straight up attack people. It's very fast-paced. The movements in this game is just a different dynamic than anything else we've ever seen, right? So then we get Season 1. We get, Wild Frontier with Bloodhound, and everything is going to be awesome. Guys, background gameplay is a game that I played earlier in Season 2. We're in Plat 4. We're currently in Diamond 2 or Diamond 3 right now, getting ready to go to Diamond 2. Over on my stream, make sure to check that out at twitch.tv/warlug. Come find me. So even with the release of Wild Frontier, we got a new legend named Octane. Okay, he's a super fast adrenaline junkie legend, which added to the complexity of this game just being a very fast-paced game, like in your face, close-up battles. Okay, the long-range aspect of the game really wasn't there. It really wasn't part of the game. The sniper rifles were rarely used except for the Kraber, which is the legendary one, and that's only because it dealt so much damage. So you had a whole kind of like side of the game where you couldn't even use it. You just could not use it. You just could not use it at all. So, the game just really didn't feel like a full battle royale as far as what you could do inside the game. Okay. So what happened is that Season 2 released, we got a big buff in the guns, like some of the guns that weren't used, like the Mozambique, the Flatline, the P2020, the Alternator. We got all these buffs to these guns. The longbow, triple take especially got a huge buff. Season 2 hits. Now we have ranked mode. We have Watson, which is a very, very, very defensive legend. And now the whole dynamic is shift, not in just in public lobbies, but in the ranked aspect, because they dropped ranked mode on us, highly anticipated ranked mode, where you not only gain ranked points RP from getting kills, but you also get it from placement finishes. The higher you place, the more points you get. So you can get 1 kill per point up to 5 kills. So if you have 10 kills, you still only get 5 points. If you have 5 kills, you get 5 points. 4 points, you get 4, or 4 kills, you get 4 points. Okay. If you place in the top 10, you get 2 points. Top 5, 4 points. Top 3, 7 points. And if you win the match, you get 12 points. So because of this meta, we have kind of spun the opposite direction. We went to the other side of the spectrum, right? We used to be up close in your face, and towards the end of Season 1, when they released the elite mode, which is similar to the current rank mode I just described, we started shifting to that campy feel, and now the Season 2 is here. We're in full camp mode. Full camp mode, all right? Everybody's camping for placements because there's no sense to run out and try to get a bunch of kills and do all this damage when getting 2 kills in a win with 300 damage gets you way more points, right? So the community is very, very upset about this. They've reached out to Respawn. We haven't got a response from them about what they're going to do. But now the game is very campy, where you go to and, engage in a gunfight and teams are completely running away. It's very thirsty in the sense of like, as soon as you down somebody, you want to kill them because you want that kill point, right? So this also doesn't really entice players to respawn their teammates because, the zone damage was increased from Season 1 to Season 2. In Season 1, it basically was non-existent. Didn't really do a whole bunch of damage. Now in Season 2, it's pretty balanced. It does enough to where you can't do anything. And Season 2, even with the new zone, like you don't want to respawn your teammates because you can't. People camp on the bodies, etc. So the whole meta of the game is shifted from one end of the spectrum to this hyper fast, aggressive game to a super campy, passive game, and it's really put a damage on the community. I don't know what's gonna happen. King Hawk, what's up, dude? Captain Legend, welcome to the stream, guys. And I hope that it gets changed. I hope that it gets changed some point in the season, some point during the end of the season, way before we get to a season 3. But the current meta it's just very campy. Okay, so very campy and passive. Okay, so now we got that covered. Now let's go to the guns. The guns are very balanced across all of Apex. I think this is the most balanced we've had the guns since the release, and except with the exception of the Wingman. The Wingman was nerfed back in season 1 for being too OP, being too overpowered, being too strong, etc. So Respawn and EA have nerfed that gun into the ground, so I don't want to talk about that. Enough is said. If you played Apex Legends, you played with the Wingman, it is a nerfed into the dirt gun. But with that said, the buffs to like the longbow, the triple take, the flatline, alternator with the disruptor rounds, P2020, Mozambique, all these buffs and some of the nerfs to the other guns have really laid a foundation of balance between every gun in the game. Every gun can be used perfectly. Every gun can be used to something. I've seen players towards the end of the game now, especially in ranked, use a P2020 and a Wingman. They go Wingman, break armor, switch to the P2020, drop somebody's health all the way down and kill them, right? So I think the guns have balanced very, very well. So that's the current meta with the guns being completely balanced, but everything right now is just super campy, and I hope that Apex Legends does do something to change that. You know, whether it be changing the point system, and that's probably the biggest thing, is just changing how they distribute reputation points. They need to do reputation points based on like respawning, reviving your teammates, and not make it so heavily based on placement, especially in the top 10 or whatnot, because it's become such a camp fest. You know, I mean, you're going down to the final circle with 7, 8, 9 teams in the game still. And it's kind of like where Fortnite's at. Fortnite's competitive edge is just not there because people play a game of Fortnite and you're at the final second to last circle and there's 40 people in there. Like, that's a lot of people, man. And in this game, teams of 3, you know, when you get down to the last circle and there's still 9 teams left, that's a lot of players. That's a lot of players to try to win a game, you know? So, and then with the loot, you know, then it becomes really like how much you're kitted out. If you're not kitted out, if you don't have good armor, you don't have a decent gun with at least some kind of attachment, you know, you're just going to be outgunned in every aspect. There's no way you can win. So even if you do play passive and you can't get some kind of kills or get some loot, there's going to be nothing you can do. So, but with that said, guys, that's the current state of the meta of Apex Legends. We're going to hop into some Diamond 2, or excuse me, Diamond 3. We're 19 points away from Diamond 2. But the meta is very, very campy. From season 1, it was very high action, like very fast paced, in your face kind of meta. Now we went to the opposite end of the spectrum. It's very campy. I hope that changes. I hope that they do something. Respawn and Limited, thank you with that host, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And thank you guys. That's for me, Warlock. I'll catch everybody later. Peace out.